This is absolutely amazing. So you fire your coach, right? The Knickerbockers fire their coach, Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau takes out an ad in the New York tabloids thanking the fans for their support.
Nice.
Does not mention the owner, James Dolan, does not mention the president, general manager, who fired him. Wow, that tells you volumes about the interference in New York. Now we find out the Knicks have called 5 different NBA teams asking for permission to interview established coaches. The report today, 3 of the 5 teams hung up on the Knicks. Didn't even reject him. Hung up on James Dolan's people. They're going to interview Mike Brown, the ex-coach of the Kings. I should say the Sacramento Kings, the LA Lakers, Cleveland Cavaliers. Very good track record. He's the first one that's going to be interviewed. Dallas took the phone call, and Dallas's response is, we want a draft pick if you're going to talk to Jason Kidd. And if you hire Jason Kidd, we want an additional pick, which would be a number 1.
Oh, wow.
End of conversation there. They called Houston. Houston said no. They called the Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls hung up on them. So the Knickerbockers don't have a head coach, and we're a week out from the NBA draft. So there's that story. Denver. I don't know whether this is good or bad news. Denver, obviously, with the Joker. Pretty good group of players around him. Say goodbye to Russell Westbrook. He opts out of his contract. He's going to go back on the open market. Now, is that good news or bad news? Because Westbrook, as vibrant a player as he can be, is also vibrant distraction. And he can play real well in Denver this past season. 13 points, 6 rebounds per game for the Nuggets. But when they needed him the most, he was busy feuding with the fans, feuding with the media, feuding with referees. So he's opted out in Denver. Clippers. This might be a deal that they might do. Clippers are talking to Boston about veteran guard Jrue Holiday. That's strictly a contract dump. He's got 3 years, $104 million total left on his contract, 32-year-old guard. The Clippers think they can get Jrue Holiday dirt cheap, and that guy is still an established, pretty good basketball player who could run the floor with Harden, et cetera, play some defense, et cetera. That'd be a nice 4th component, if you would, to Clipper basketball. So you got Jrue Holiday there. Charlotte Hornets. Say goodbye, Malachi Flynn.
Oh, man.
Signed a contract. He's going to go play in China.
All right.
Now, he's been with 5 teams in the league, in the NBA. We always wondered, well, he had these spurts he'd play okay, but always wound up on waivers, and he wound up in the G League. And then Charlotte signed him out of the G League, and he never got on the floor. I think he got tired of being a piece of baggage. So he's gone abroad. He's going to sign to play in China.
Make some bank.
Definitely. And who's he going to play with? Former San Antonio backup center, ex-Aztec Nathan Mensah, who was also signed in China.
Oh, right on.
So that's the latest all things basketball. So if I get a phone call here and it says area code 212, which is New York Knicks, I should just disconnect it before I even answer it. I can't find a coach. Nobody wants to work for James Dolan. How absurd is that?
Because there's so much stress too. Being in New York, it'd be the focus and attention, and you wonder, do they have the resources to make it work? To your point, do they have a good owner that's going to be, going to work with the general manager and the head coach? I don't know, but Mike Brown doesn't sound so bad. I mean,
I think he's a good coach. He's been in a lot of weirdo situations with superstars, but the guy's done a good job. You hire him in New York, the player's going to walk all over him. I happen to think Jalen Brunson's one of the best guards in the NBA. Nobody ever talks about it.
Well, just kind of take a step back. Do you think, at least I think this to be true, tell me what you do think. Does a head coach in college have a greater impact on the trajectory of the team, or does a head coach in the NBA make a bigger impact on the team?
The players run the league.
That's what I thought.
Players run the organization. So I just answered your question.
So that's why it'd be good to get someone like Mike Brown, who's steady Eddie, has experience. He's not necessarily a spectacle that's going to take the limelight away from their star players.
But they got to run a system. They got to do what he wants done in terms of X's and O's, and some NBA teams don't. But I guess the thing that just blows my mind. And the Knickerbockers under James Dolan have had no success. And the Knickerbockers keep firing coaches. How do you fire a coach, John, and not have a ready list of guys that you're going to go to that want to come work for you? And here they are walking around the street corner and on Times Square with the tin cup with the New York Knicks.
Yeah.
Throw some money in here so I can go hire. It's absurd.
It is absurd.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's all things NBA basketball. If you got an opinion, throw an opinion in our direction. This Fans Forum chat box is just exploding.
It is.
Nobody likes John's opinions. Nobody likes the way John is dressed. So feel free, just pile on the co-host today.
We've already got people. Well, maybe we'll show some of the comments in Fans Forum.
Thank you very much. Hey, we get to halftime, our Monday bonus podcast, having fun with you, the fans. This podcast is brought to you by Dixieline Lumber and Home Centers,